So, excellent. I think that I'm well set. Hi and welcome everybody. I hope you guys are doing well today. We are a little bit late and it's due to me getting ready, taking the dog for a walk and all those things. The questions will be asked... never click this fast for any life. The questions will be asked over here, just like the last time you were asking questions and me, discovering that that tool actually exists. And I'm all set for your questions today. I am all set that you guys are going to rock, and you're going to be asking just maybe some things that you should avoid asking is your application status. This is not something that can be fixed at this time. If your, interview has been postponed, you all know well the reason for that. And if your application status has been changed, that's it. It has been changed and you just have to keep on waiting. Let's go with the questions. Ola from Portugal. Ola from... No questions yet. Okay. Hello from Germany. Been more than 3 weeks, no reply from Qatar Airways Mumbai base. Well, just I have answered. Maybe we can start asking the questions in the little place where it says a question mark, if you don't mind, because I'm not able to read your questions like this. They are going so fast. As soon as people are popping up, here is the first question. I had a sunroom. I'll do it like this so you're gonna see it. I had a sunroom interview for Qatar Airways on 4th, waiting for the next stage, hopefully. Well, this is not a question, it's a constatation, or it's just, as you said it. Guys, again, please ask the questions in the question mark. I'm not able to scroll back to your comments. I'm very, very sorry. It's you, like 72 at the moment, and me alone. So again, you are commenting, Shaima, something that I cannot read it because it goes up so fast. I don't know if you get me, but yes, you had the sonoro interview. Congratulations. And hopefully you were able to apply the technique and the methodology that I recommend. These are 3 important steps: technique, and the methodology. Again, Divine Doll and another girl is commenting something. Your comments are going up. Kindly write them in the question mark, please. So we will go with the second question, which is from Omar. He says, if someone can't swim, this affects their chances of being accepted. You mean accepted? I have a video on my YouTube channel which is called Swimming Requirements for Qatar Airways, and in that video I'm telling to you how important it is that you know how to swim. So my father is not allowing me to do this job. You give me some tips. Unfortunately, what I can do is I can just recommend you a live session. You just have to really scroll down to my Instagram account over here, and I have one live session I have dedicated to your topic of concern. But unfortunately, all I can suggest you is that you sit down and speak to your father. But again, I am not the one who knows your father and his character. So avoid asking me these personal questions, because I really, somehow I feel like I'm not in a power to influence. If you cannot convince your father, which is the person that you live with all your life, how the hell I'm going to be able to do that? You know what I mean? I'm just thinking like that, sorry. Qatar Airways is hiring in India and it's all around held online. I don't understand this question. Are you generally asking me, or yes, it is hiring in India, but at the moment due to COVID, I think not so much. So Shaima is saying like this: got rejected mail stating we cannot proceed ahead with your application yesterday. Unfortunately, I'm very sorry. This will be the scenario for many people. It's not only about how well you're going to prepare your CV, but it's all about a full package, if I may say. Full package means it's about your great CV. But if you have put in your CV things that you don't know how to express, let's say, I don't know, you have great interpersonal skills, but on your open day, you were not able, or on the interview itself, you were not able to establish a rapport with the recruiters, you are going to be rejected, because it's not just one thing that they're looking for many things, and all those things are subject that I elaborate on my social media platforms. I will read like this the questions, because if I popped up, there are so many now. Anyway, let's go. Hi, I applied for EK last August and my status is still under review. Should I still wait? I have already stated regarding your status what you should do, so avoid asking questions which are related to your status. We are not softwares. Cabin crew consultants are not the airline software. We're not updating the software. The software is influenced by the current situation, by the person sitting behind the software. He or she is getting messages from the cabin crew department stating, proceed with the application, hold on standby. And for EK, it's very important to read your emails, because I do believe that in some of the emails it's stated there that after a certain period of time you can consider your application to be rejected if you don't hear from them. Unlike in Qatar Airways, unless you receive an email that you have been rejected, you're supposed to still keep waiting. That's all. Let's go to the next question. Do you think the assessment days will be postponed next year, or it can still be this year? Very good question. Unfortunately, whatever I'm going to say now, it's going to be changed most probably next week, because we don't know which government measurements each government in the world is going to take. For instance, we can see that in Austria there has been a lockdown long ago, a few weeks ago. Here in Germany, although it's one country, but still in some lands, Bundeslands they call it, states, there you can go with a vaccine certificate. In another, you're supposed to have a negative test beside being vaccinated. So the countries are yet deciding upon the new infections from the new mutations that is coming, how things will happen. Anything can happen. Your question, the likelihood of your question, I can say is yes, it can happen. We can apply for a different base only for the cities where we live. Should I apply? Yes. I'm not going to comment, but when you ask a question, maybe you want to check with Grammarly to ask properly the question so the person will be able to understand you. Because it's not about only you applying all the time, but it's also about you knowing how to apply. This is my honest advice. It's fine to have gap between front teeth. Very good question, and unfortunately I cannot answer it over here because it's already elaborated on my YouTube channel in a video called Teeth Requirements for Qatar Airways, equally applicable to every airline in the world. Ma'am, I have so many marks on my legs. I have done the laser treatment, but still it's visible. I'm very sorry to read this. Ma'am, how do flight attendants deal with their periods on board? If I'm not mistaken, Juliana Oliveira has a very good post on this question. And I do believe that just like your time management, just like your eating management, you know, you have your eating management on how you eat during the day, how you sleep, do you take a nap? This is how you are also establishing your period management or period pain management, because you know you're supposed to be over 21 years and above if you apply to be a cabin crew. So if you have a period, you wear a sanitary pad so the blood can go into the sanitary pad, or you wear a tampon, and a sanitary pad. And if you have a headache or stomach ache or whatsoever, some people even have headaches because they bleed too much, you take a painkiller. And I think I have answered this question very, very, in a very descriptive manner. So I'm so sorry if it does sound a bit too much, but honestly, this question is so personal that I think that, we all are adults and we can all manage whatever we are experiencing with our bodies. This is my opinion on it. Do we have to give English and situation exam in interview? All the questions that are being asked during the interview, for instance, in Qatar Airways, you do not have the group discussion at this time, but all the questions that you're asked are all behavior, based questions, and they're all checking your situational awareness. For me, situational awareness at the moment, I am focused on this INSTA Live. But if outside there's a thunderstorm, my situational awareness should tell me that in the other room I have left my window open and I better go and run and close that window, because if there's a thunderstorm outside, anything can happen. This is the situational awareness. Just like you sitting in front of this live session and being aware of everything that is happening around you, which is not related to the live session, but to many other things that I'm not saying you're supposed to have your eyes behind you, but it's in a way your ears are also open to hear. Your eyes are looking here, but they're also able to see what's happening around you. So yes, if I may say, this is also connected to your intelligence level, for instance. So, ma'am, I'm not able to read fully the question, so I'll read it like this. Ma'am, I did my Sonro interview 19th and changed to my application status pending now 8 days, but I still didn't get any email. Ma'am, Sri Lanka assessment day is 11th of December. Do you know how many days takes for an invitation email? I don't know. I think that even if you ask this question, the CEO of the airline, he's going to tell you, we don't know. Let's see. Yeah. Qatar Airways conduct all-round for cabin crew interview online. No, they don't. Good question. No, they don't do the entire stages. It's impossible. Also, Emirates and Etihad are not into that. Not even Wizz Air. They're not doing all the stages online because it's such a responsible job. It's first of all very much safety-related job, because you're not there only to serve tea, coffee, and things like that. You are also there for the safety of the passengers, and just because they meet you virtually online and you give a good impression doesn't mean that all the stages can be online. You have to, be fully aware that they have to see you in person. Let's go with the next question. Very good. I love the questions that are asked like this. Hello, ma'am. I am pursuing cabin crew course, but I have spectacles. Is that allowed, spectacles in crew? Very good question. Unfortunately, I'm not going to elaborate it over here because you have a video on my YouTube channel, which is called Eyesight Requirements for Qatar Airways. And in that video, I'm clearly explaining to you everything about spectacles. What kind of spectacles? Should you be wearing spectacles when you go for that open day, assessment day, final interview? And I'm also giving you even an example how you will be looking like with spectacles. So right after this live session, just jump on the playlist called Cabin Crew Requirements, and you're going to see the eyesight, one of the videos. It's the eyesight requirements. I have stretch mark on my knees. It's going to be a problem. Brief explanation, please. First of all, when you're asking me so personal questions, I have to say that I have not seen how big your stretch marks are. I don't know how they look on your knees. I don't know how they look on your stockings when you wear the stockings. Therefore, a judgment cannot be given for something I have not seen. It's like me going behind my telephone and telling to you, guys, I have a very big pimple over here. Is that a problem? And you'll be like, yeah, let's see your pimple. Because I do have a pimple over here, which is quite big. So I'm honestly, explanation I wish I can give you, but I cannot, because you have to see the thing and then judge it. I am Indian, so I have Indian English accent. Will that be a problem? No, of course not. For example, I am Eastern European, and you can so much, when I speak, you can so much see that I am not native English speaker. On the other hand, I also have a lot of colleagues which are coming from countries where they have strong R. So they speak English with very strong R. It's not a problem. We understand each other. The way you pronounce the words and the accent has nothing to do, believe me. But I'm going to give you a tip. If you're aware that you have Indian English accent, just the way I am aware that I'm coming from an Eastern European country, in Macedonia, R is... or R, we pronounce it as R, is very strong, and the way I have said it, and I'm aware of it, so I worked on it. I've seen a lot of people that are coming from India and their accent is so much tailored. So definitely, if you're aware of it, then I'm sure that you can also tailor it and make it sound like, I don't know, make it sound different, let's say. We all want to be different in something, don't we? If I lose eye contact sometimes in the video interview, let me read this properly because I can't. If I lose eyesight contacts sometimes in the video interview due to stress, is it okay? No, it's not okay. Unfortunately, if you lose the eye contact and if you are looked as somebody who's stressed, that's not going to be okay because you have displayed that you do not have a proper stress management skills. In the aircraft, in the cabin crew job in particular, you are going to be overloaded with stress from an 8-hour flight, let's say 8-hour, 20 minutes flying time to Indonesia, for instance, let's say, coming back to Doha is a bit longer. 8 hours flight, 20 minutes, you can have 12 hours of stress, which includes the time prior to flight, your flight time, and after the flight time, if you have to do a deep briefing with your colleagues, if something happened during the onboard the aircraft during the flight and things like that. So it's totally not okay that you lose this during that open day assessment day and during that final interview. If they were not checking about your skills, your stress management skills, you know, your interpersonal skills, then why would we go on an open day? Then why the selection is going to be so hard? You need to think like this. I want you to navigate your mindset that things that can stop you to become a cabin crew, and you are very aware of this. Work on it. This is a trigger to you that from today onwards, you need to put yourself into stressful situations and you need to find a way who's going to help you to manage those stressful situations. And I'm not saying make a fire in your house and make yourself, you know, a stressful situation, because it's not a joke. Don't do that. But don't be afraid when you are being challenged. And the time that you are actually feeling stressful is the time when you're facing something that is challenging you. So find these little things that are going to slowly break your fear from challenges and start building that confidence. And remember everyone, 111 of you watching it right now, knowledge builds up your confidence. You need to remember this. When you are knowledgeable, when you, I'm not saying you know how to answer everything. I don't know how to answer everything. Somebody might ask me now, you know, I don't know, I cut myself. Can you stitch my finger? I don't know how to do surgery. I'm not a surgeon. And I'll tell you, I'm sorry, I don't know. But when you don't know, be confident that you don't know and have an answer ready. Like, I don't know, I will tell you, I'm not going to be able to stitch your finger, but I can definitely take you to the hospital and do that stitching. I have a solution for your problem. And this is what the recruiters are looking when they're asking you all those questions that are making you stressful. You don't have to know everything. You know, you're rushing through all my videos, and I love that you're rushing to my videos and you're watching the videos, you're writing the answers. But it's not about you learning the answers and knowing about everything. It's about you being confident. And knowledge, collecting knowledge is something you should be striving for on a daily basis. Your wake up in the morning and having a coffee is with your telephone, scrolling down. Hey, let me see what Nidhi has shared on her Instagram. So I'm reading what Nidhi has shared. Oh, let me see what Juliana has. Oh, Juliana has an advent calendar. Oh, it's cost only, I don't know, 30 euros or something. I'm going to buy it because there's so many things. I'm going to be getting new things on a daily basis. I'm going to invest in myself in knowledge like this. I'm going to buy the book that Juliana recommended, for instance, Breakthrough. I'm going to buy the book from Carmen, let's say, to see how life in a Middle Eastern country is. This is how you become knowledgeable. This is how you become confident. This is how you can answer literally every question, even the one that you don't know, because you know you have a tactic, you have a technique, and you know something called methodology. If I was, you know, understood properly, I'm sorry that I took longer to talk. Which job should I do so that I get a call for an interview? And this is a question which is elaborated on my YouTube channel. It's called What Should You Study to Become a Cabin Crew? And there are a few other videos. You might want to jump and have a look on the same. Will they consider me even though I have marks on my legs? I don't know how they look like. I don't know your skills. I don't know your educational background. You are asking me in a way that I'm supposed to put glasses and check in the future. I'm not able to do that, unfortunately. Hello, ma'am. After Sonra interview, how many days should I wait? When can we reapply if didn't get responses? So if your mindset is like this, I'm gonna get rejected. No, I'm gonna reapply again. You're never gonna get selected, unfortunately. If your mind is at this stage occupied with the time, how long it's gonna take, so you're gonna reapply, you are avoiding your lessons learned. This time, it is of utmost importance that you and everyone now, 113, understand that it's going to take a long time. And also, I'm going to ask you a question. You think that I have not applied for a job? I have applied for many, many jobs here in Germany, and I'm waiting much longer than you. I have never ever texted anyone asking that are working in the same field, when it's going to be the application status change, what's going to happen? Because I know that these are irregular circumstances, and my only option is now to wait. And in this time, I'm preparing myself for the next stage if I get selected. In this time, I'm doing revision of what I have done previously. In this time, I'm trying to have my lessons learned to see how I have presented myself. But at this time, you're losing your time, knowing when you're gonna get the information. And I think that if you're on my platform for quite some time, you know that nobody can give you this question. And reapplying without sitting down and evaluating why you have not been taken, just reapplying again is not gonna take you anywhere. This was my honest opinion on the topic. What should be included to make a beautiful CV? There is a separate playlist on my YouTube channel, and you have all your questions there. Have you had customer experience before you joined Emirates? I was never flying for Emirates. I flew for Qatar Airways. I did not have a customer service experience. And if you want to know more about me, there is a video called How Did I Become a Cabin Crew with Zero Customer Service Experience? And you're going to see me with a shotgun there. I'm just kidding. I graduated police academy, but one thing that have helped me to become a cabin crew were my set of transferable skills. So, guys, if you don't mind, I'm seeing the questions, and I think that in 3 hours, I'm not going to be able to answer this question. So let's kindly, please do not ask me about questions related to your application status. Please, I'm just begging you, because I don't know if I'll be able to read all the questions. And it's so tiring, it's really, I'm already so tired, literally. The assessment day in Sri Lanka will be held next week. Most of my friends got invitation, email or rejection email, but I didn't get any status, shows interview pending. I'm confused. I wouldn't be able to give a relevant answer to this. Ma'am, I want to join Emirates Airways. What type of questions they ask? Can you help me with this? Yes, there is a video on my YouTube channel. There is a separate playlist called Qatar Airways Cabin Crew Interview Questions. And these questions are not to Qatar Airways exclusively. They're all customer service, situational behavior related questions to the cabin crew job. And if you watch them and if you implement the technique and the methodology that I suggest in those videos, you're easily gonna get the job. Ma'am, how did you handle pressure during interview, and what kind of questions do they ask? How do you handle pressure? I'm pressured now, as you can see, because I'm very stressed. And I will tell you, honestly, when I opened and see the comments and the questions, I can tell you that I got really stressed. And that's why I said I have to manage this situation. Now you're having a life example of how I manage pressure. I'm in a pressured situation. There are 110 people, eyes pointed on me. I cannot see you, but you can see me. And you're challenging me just the same way I'm doing it right now, which is I take a posture. I maybe breathe. You saw me also breathing. And I said to myself that I'm going to do this. I'm going to read each and every question. Prior to that this pressure situation I'm in now, with many questions, with over hundreds of people over here asking me the things that I have elaborated on my YouTube channel. I have sit down for hours and talked and talked and talked, but hey, you know, people don't care. They want the answer now, and I am standing by that. This is why I'm here for. I'm saying to myself that I have something to do, and what did I do? I've asked you kindly, please do not ask me anything regarding your application status. How will I know your application status? So handling pressure starts within first identifying that you're in a pressured situation, breathing in, breathing out. There is a video on my YouTube channel also explaining to you how to handle nervousness during that open day assessment and final interview. And there are many things over there explained, but I think that this is the best way to see how to handle pressured situation. Identify that you're in a pressured situation, breathe in, breathe out, and see what you can do. Posture, mindfulness, knowing where you are, being mindful about your body language, smile, enjoyment, excitement. Put an accent to the positive emotions that you're experiencing. And believe it or not, I am pressured at the moment, but I'm also feeling positive now. I'm also feeling grateful now. What I do makes sense. I have for over, 20 minutes is this live, 30 minutes going on, and over 30 minutes, there are still 102 people sitting and watching. And because of them, I'm not supposed to be giving up. And for you, find out what's going to be your motivation when you will be attending that open day assessment day, final interview. What's going to motivate you to get the job? And this is also going to help you to handle that pressure. Okay, so we go to the next question. Hello, Julia. Do Qatar Airways give you time before joining? Yes, but depends, this is very individual, but from the time you get your email until the time you really fly, you have a lot of time, don't worry. Really appreciate your efforts. Could you please tell me if adding institute's name makes any difference? Yes, you're supposed to add the name of the institution where you were studying. You can't say I studied a bachelor degree, I studied police academy, and they'll be like, hey, police academy, is that... and there is a name, or is that a university? You have to put the name of the institution because it's also a reference to your degree. So definitely yes. Next one. Does adding institute name makes any difference? If it's a university, yes. If you did, coaching with some cabin crew that flew for 5 years for Qatar Airways, 3 years for Jet Airways, and 2 years for Kingfisher, and she has he has absolutely no degree and teach you how to become a cabin crew. This is not an institution you're supposed to put, but it's a knowledge you're supposed to refer. Knowledge from information from every ex-cabin crew counts. That is something I stand by. Next, let me start from are these the new ones? Oh God, guys, if I show you how many questions, I'm gonna please beg. I'm not gonna be able to finish all of them. There's so many. Ma'am, will they select me if I'm underweight? Yes, and depends how you look, because there are people who are underweight but still they look like models, but there are people who are underweight and they look like they're hungry. So again, I can't judge. Will they reject me because of my acne? It's showing under my makeup. Well, it can be acne which are bacteria related. I don't know how severe that looks like. They're not looking for the perfect skin, but still, you're supposed to have a skin in good condition that is connected to your excellent health and fitness. They're together, health and fitness, do not forget. How would you cope with the being away from your family and friends for prolonged periods of time? This is a question which is also elaborated on my YouTube channel, and things that I have spoke about long ago. I have to direct you to my YouTube channel, guys. I'm so sorry, because if I repeat over and over again over here what I have already answered before, this live is going to take 6.5 hours, even more. Good afternoon, ma'am. Hope you're doing fine. Ma'am, I have a query. Being is varicose allowed in men. So let me see what was varicose. Let me just check, sorry. Because your Huh. Ah, you mean enlargement of the veins. Look, I'm gonna tell you something. You're supposed to not become a cabin crew if you have this condition. You are constantly going to be standing on your feet, and you are basically going to worsen your condition. First of all, if you have this condition, you have to take care of it. Be with your doctor and things like that. It's like, God forbids, I'm saying this, God forbids, okay? You having a cancer and you want to go to do more x-rays. You know it's harmful. You're already having a condition that's supposed to be managed. And what is harmful should be avoided. And in this case, standing on your feet all day, it's not something you should be aiming for. For you, it's better if you seek an office job and a job where you can be more seated. And also treatment. Do not forget that you're supposed to, treat the condition. It's 5 a.m. and 11. It's going to turn off recruiters because of my height. Oh, you're 5'11". As long as you can reach 212 centimeters, it's okay for Qatar Airways. Ma'am, I have freckles and that has caused me rejection. I'm so sorry to read this. Do they strictly abide from BMI when recruiting, particularly if you're past the BMI but due to muscle mass? I think you've asked me this question previously. As long as you look good proportionally, and sometimes you have a muscle but you still fit in size small or size medium, I'm talking from a woman perspective, then it's totally okay. Again, it's very individual and I don't know how you look, so I'm so sorry. Ma'am, are we expecting to take medicals the same after selection? Not the same day. Is having freckles a downside? I cannot judge. I have to see. Ma'am, QA rejects only because of braces. No, this is not true. This is 100% not true. I've spoken to a recruiter. They're not going to recruit you if you have braces. You will have a clear indication before you join the airline to remove your braces. But I have a girl from South America who reached the final interview with braces. Okay, so she reached the final interview with Qatar Airways with braces. And also, if you're on my platform over here on Instagram, you can check and see the feedback. She also reached the final interview with a tattoo. Yeah, you hear me well. With a tattoo, with braces, and with 2 kids. She's also married. But she has a CV with 5 pages. Not into engineering. She's very experienced into customer service. So yeah, tattoo, 2 kids, braces, and she reached the final interview. And this should be our motivation to actually think positively in this direction. Good afternoon, ma'am. Hope you're fine. Ma'am, I have a query. Being very cool. Okay, you've already asked a question already. We spoke about it. Da li ćeš imati live sa Hristi ili Tinom Grabes? Zaista su divne osobe. I'm so sorry, just going to take a few words to explain this in Serbian because this is a question Angela has asked me to do a live session with Hristina and with Tina. There are 2 Serbian influencers on the cabin crew topic and aviation in general. Hristina also, she is an NLP, neuro-linguistical programming coach. And I also know her because she also flew for Qatar Airways. We know each other personally. With Tina, I have met her on social media and they're both just wow. Dakle, što se tiče live sa Tinom i sa Hristijom, ja bi to drago. Zaista sada i nemam nešto puno vremena, međutim ja se stalno sa Hristi dopisujem i stalno Tinom nešto smaram u inboxu kao jer mogu da pošaljem tvoju sliku, tako da Tina je fenomenalna osoba, ona je jedna zaista inteligentna i mnogo pametna žena, isto delim mišljenje i za Hristi, tako da što da ne, u budućnosti svakako, ali ja planiram uskoro posetu u Beogradu, pa možda ih obe i skupim pa se malo slikamo i snimamo zajedno i da popijemo kafu i da se ispričamo. Tako da hvala. Thank you very much. Yeah. I didn't get you. What's the maximum age for girls? Just tell me it's okay. I didn't get you. What's the maximum height for girls? Qatar Airways doesn't have a maximum height or minimum height. Qatar Airways says that you should be able to reach 212 centimeters. And in Qatar Airways, they're functioning with centimeters, if you know what I mean. I'm loving the way you talk. Bless you more. Oh, I'm like, I think in my back of my mind is all the time, I hope I'm not sounding rude, but I have to say this. I hope I'm not sounding rude, but I have to say this. And you're here saying, I love the way the way I talk. I'm like, okay, I've been mindful in this stressful situation. So thank you. Next question. Again, she's asking me, I didn't get you. What's the maximum height for girls? There is no maximum height for girls. You just have to be able to catch 212 centimeters because in Qatar Airways, in Emirates, in Etihad, they are expressing in centimeters. There are non-negotiable rules and regulations, if you get me. Should I add a picture on your CV, and what type of picture? On my CV, you're not supposed to be adding your picture, but on your CV, the answer to your question is over here on my Instagram account, and there is a video on my YouTube channel in which I'm doing a review on 3 CVs, and I'm talking about this on the topic. So now I'm going to go to the very first questions down there because you guys have asked so many questions, and I think that there are so many people waiting for the questions. So I had a sunroom interview waiting for the next stage. Hopefully, great. This question will be skipped. We already spoke about. Oh my God, no, it's impossible. Hi, I applied for EK last August for cabin crew. My status is still under review. Should I wait? I'm not answering anymore for statuses because I've already cleared that. Let's do like this. I think you're able to see me. So it says, I had a sonoro interview with Qatar Airways on 4th, waiting for the next stage, hopefully. Okay, my father... sorry, I'm finding a way that I can answer the questions a bit more... I'm getting very stressed now, I have to say this. I don't know how I will be able to answer all the questions. My father is not allowing me to do this job. Can you give me some tips? Oh, I think that I have answered some of them. Oh, so sorry. Oh, sorry guys, I have to see. Aha, these are answered. Okay. Instagram smart. Any advice for higher view interview? There is a separate playlist on my YouTube channel, which is called the video interview, and you have everything there. This higher view, it's the Sonru or higher view, it's the software that they're using, but video interview is video interview. Oh, advice for here. Okay, sorry guys, I am really really trying my best to go through the questions. Oh no. Okay, here it is. Any idea if Qatar Airways Chennai assessment day is still happening? No idea. Hi, please. How many days is the assessment? It can be from 1 to 3, and it can be different, especially in this irregular circumstances. Sometimes can be 1 day, sometimes can be 3 days. Ma'am, I did my sonoro interview 19th of November and my application status changed to interview pending status 28th, but I didn't get the invitation email yet. Okay, this is again your status. Mumbai assessment day got postponed, and I think you all know the reason why. Is it mandatory to wear a blazer on your assessment day? Nobody is forcing you by force to wear a blazer, but it is recommended that you look professional, you know, and wear a blazer. But it's not something a must. But if you want to lower your chances, then don't wear it. Which is the video from your YouTube channel would you recommend to the guys that are feeling a bit lost. Oh, you mean I will tell you right now. Lost in terms of not feeling, I assume, demotivated, if you mean. Just a second, I'm checking, because I also don't know all my videos, if you don't mind. Not feeling motivated. How was it? I have a video. And I will share it right now. I honestly, I'll go through all the videos and I will find it. There is a video called How to Enhance Your Communication Skills. You have the separate playlist, which is related to the mini aviation management course. You can learn so much about the aviation there. You have videos in which I'm sharing with you, that I was offloaded from a flight, what has happened, about your body language, the cabin crew interview don'ts, why the airlines are not recruiting. I have well explained, and this is very applicable now. Where's that video? The group discussion also, I've spoken about it. Long-lasting strategy for being a cabin crew, how to deal with customer complaints. There is a video. One second. I'm talking to you about the cabin crew rest compartment as well. How bad it was to work for Qatar Airways. See, if you open my YouTube channel, you are going to really find many things. There is a video called Cabin Crew Mental Health. And this video, it's really, really, really something I've taken the time to prepare it, mostly starting from myself. So if you want to find some motivation in it, maybe you want to go through my YouTube channel and, have a look, and I wish I can help more. Hi, Julia. Hope you're doing well. Do you think the new wave of COVID can affect the hiring process? Absolutely, yes. Can I pass the medical examination with scoliosis? Up to certain degrees. If I'm not mistaken, 30 degrees is allowed. Yeah, the number went down because I looked for the video. I'm so sorry. I honestly don't know if I'll be able to answer I'm trying my best to answer all the questions, but simply, oh God, you should see how many. Ma'am, Qatar Airways all around conduct online. No. Okay. I got lost. I have to tell you that if you were judging to me on this video, you will see that I have failed. Is it fine to have gap? We spoke about that. Just for update, assessment day did not happen in Mumbai, are postponed. Thank you very much. This is an update. Thanks a lot. The gap, we talked about it. You have a gap between. Doctor said it will take 2 weeks. Can I tell the recruiters during assessment day? But gap between the teeth, it's okay at front. And yeah, you can tell to the recruiters. Will they hire you? I don't know. No, I'm not able to. No, guys, I'm not able to answer all the questions. I'm so sorry. I somehow got lost. How to answer what is more important, people, ideas, or items? This is something that I have elaborated in my YouTube channel in one of my videos. How much should I wait? How much should I wait to get selected in Qatar Airways? You should wait in the normal BMI, body mass index, and have a look on my video called Weight Requirements for Qatar Airways, and you're going to find the answer of the same. Hi Julia, how are you? As you have mentioned in your many posts about the weight criteria, but do recruiters look for pleasing appearance if they completely focused on the weight? No, it's not a problem if you're having few pounds, if you're a few pounds overweighted. It's okay. Just, don't be a round ball. And if I say don't be a round ball, I myself have been a round ball at a point in time, but thankfully that was not during my cabin crew interview, because at the end of the day, I have shared a post just recently. You are actually not going there to impress them by being pleasant, but also you're supposed to be glamorous as well. It's okay, ma'am, we still love you. Oh, thank you. How Qatar Airways treat all nationalities? Excellent. I'm applying for Indigo Airlines. Should I add the institute name I have taken cabin crew from? I don't know where you have taken cabin crew from. I'm applying for Indigo Airlines. Best of luck. I'm applying for Indigo. Should I add the name of the institute I have taken cabin crew training from? Yes, but I don't know which institute it's that. Hello, do we have to have language certificate? No, not necessarily, but your English will be checked. How Qatar Airways treat nationalities? Excellent. I think that you guys are checking my patience level, huh? How to deal with mental stress for convincing the parents to become cabin crew. There is a video called Cabin Crew Mental Health on my YouTube channel, and how to convince your parents, I won't be able to tell you. I'm so sorry. Ma'am, should we have to remove stockings for scar check? If you sound insecure and if your scars are visible, maybe yes. Madam, you have already answered those. Oh, okay. Thank you. Ma'am, should we have to remove stockings for scar check? Already answered. Say something about cabin crew announcement. Is that much easy? If you are fluent in English, it's piece of cake. Yeah. In case of freelance experience, are they going to ask you for reference? Depends of what freelance experience it is. Will you say namaskaran? Fan from Namaskaran. Okay, Namaskaran. You're from Kerala. Ooh, thank you. This is Malayan greetings. Yes, this is Namaskaran is actually a word that Reem's Dreams is using when she's greeting her followers. So that means greetings. Namaskaran. Namaste. It's Frankfurt Institute. Should I thank you so much for being patient? Love you. Love you too. I honestly know not much about Frankfurt Institute, to be honest, and I have not explored and researched the institution. So, but actually I've heard it's quite famous in India, Frankfurt Institute. Just mention it. Just check the reputation of the institute and, why not? Mention it. Learning foreign languages is an advantage. I have a video in my YouTube channel which is called how many languages you're supposed to speak, or just, do on YouTube like this. Languages, Julia George. And you are going to see a video how to learn languages. And in that video, I'm explaining the answer to this question very well. Questions will be the same as the previous videos or 2 years ago. Oh yeah, they will be exactly the same with the accent of the COVID-19. You have a separate playlist which is an update of the COVID-19. The questions will be the same. Why? Because at this moment these are the trends that are happening, but I'm updating you for new questions, don't forget. And as long as you know the 3 aspects how to form a questions, which is the technique and the methodology how to answer the question, people can ask you anything, you will be able to answer it. What about your last flight? What about my last flight? It was great. And I don't think that now it's about me, it's about you. Obožavam kad priča o avijaciji i žao mi je što je letanje napustila Tina. What the fuck momenti u avionu. And this is also in Serbian. I'll answer it in Serbian. Yeah. Tina ima zaista vrlo interesantne videe i zaista vrlo interesantne IGTV i obrabotuje avijaciju na jedan vrlo specifičan način. Meni se to jako sviđa i mislim da to treba svako da prati. Mislim da svako ko kupio jednom kartu i leteo sa avionom, a iako to nije do sad uradio, sigurno će u budući da leti, da odgleda bar par videa od Tine i da malo zna o avijaciji, da zna neke te interesantne stvari koji su itekako bitni. Puno podržavam njen rad i uvek pratim šta god ona objavi i zaista je divna. Puno je pozdravio. Greetings to Tina. Ma'am, can you please say Vanakkam in Tamil? From South India, we love to hear it in our way. So I know how to say Vanakkam, but I don't know the way it's supposed to be said. So I'm so sorry. I just know Vanakkam. Is it correct? I don't know. Ma'am, is it mandatory to apply nail polish for the assessment day? Let's make some things clear. Nothing is mandatory. You can go even with your hair uncombed. You can go on your assessment day like this. If you want. Go like this. Nothing is mandatory. But you are there to get recruited, so you better fix your hair like a cabin crew. You better check how cabin crew have their nails done. You better put a red lipstick. You better do things to express that you know how to follow grooming instructions, grooming standards, so they can trust you that you can be a cabin crew. If you go with your free will, free hairstyle, free nail polish, hair under your arms, and I don't know, things like that, you're never going to get the job. Don't interviews have any maths type exam in Qatar Airlines? Or you mean Qatar Airways? No, they don't. How many hours interview last? Depends. You're really going to. Ma'am, you are tempting me to learn some foreign languages. The motivation to learn some foreign language must come from you. If I'm tempting you, then I feel happy about that. Please tell me. I think I've told you. At the assessment day, will they be taking a face-to-face interview or just grooming BMI check only? Depends where the interview is held, what's the mood of the recruiters, how long they're gonna stay, and things like that. Ma'am, is it mandatory to apply nail polish? Okay, we talked about this. Tell you something about post-acne marks. I'm not a dermatologist and I cannot talk about this. British Airways Bombay-based cabin crew interview guidance for online assessment test types. I think everything on my YouTube channel is equally applicable over here. Ma'am, can you tell us something about assessment day amidst the new COVID variant? Thank you in advance. I'm sorry, but I did not ask this. Understood the question well. About the assessment day, about the new COVID variant, I don't know. You can see it. Please tell me, do any of the airline companies take math test? I think I have to calm myself down a bit now. Ma'am, I got rejected 2 times from the last stage photograph. So sorry to read this. Hello, ma'am. I have a tattoo in an invisible place. What do you think if I tell the recruiters that? And you have to tell the recruiters. You said it's absolutely right. Hope you are getting some positive vibes with my informal request. Oh, not a problem at all. You can ask anything. Please tell me, do Qatar Airlines have any math test? You are keep on asking the same question. I told you no. I have taken training cabin crew from an institute. Do I add in my resume? Oh, you have a resume. Then all the best. Should I have to remove stockings for the scar test? Already answered. Ma'am, what is possibility for assessment day during new COVID variant? Aha, the possibility. We'll see how it's going to be managed, because you know there can be a time when there'll be lockdowns, and there can be no assessment day during a lockdown. Should I match my nail polish with my lipstick for the assessment day? Yes. Or you have a French one, and then you can just do your red lips. Is acne postmarks going to be a problem? It can be, definitely. Ma'am, any advice for those who lack confidence because of beauty standards? I seriously believe everyone is so beautiful on their own way. And if you don't feel you're pretty, you can do something that makes you feel pretty. Either your hairstyle, your makeup. Girls, we can make ourselves pretty, believe me. And for confidence, you have to find that way that makes you feel good about yourself. Is cabin crew announcement is simply to hold on? Is cabin crew announcement is simply to hold on. Now at this stage, do not ask questions just because you want to ask something. I have to be now very honest. Maybe there are more important questions than this, because you're just sitting and you're killing time and just asking whatever. I'm sorry, maybe I'm sounding rude, but you have not become a cabin crew and you're worried about the announcement. Like, first, let's become a cabin crew and then we worry about the announcements. Honestly. Ma'am, I got through CV stage and done my Sunro interview. All the help of your videos. If I get, pleasure is all mine, okay? It continues. Vaccination are there for cabin crew? Yes, you have to get vaccinated to become a cabin crew, and I think it should be pretty clear to everyone this, because the airlines in the Middle East were advertising so much their fully vaccinated flights, and they're making this to ensure that the passengers are trusting them and fly with them. So definitely yes. Do you recommend adding cabin crew institution in your resume? So if you're having a resume, I'm wishing you all the very best, and you may add your institute name. Let's finish with the question over here. Selected, I'll surely gift you something special. Thanks a lot. Guys, your success is the biggest gift for me, so just make the best out of it. Looking beautiful, ma'am, but I'm gonna appear for my assessment day on 11th of December, waiting for your best advices. If you think that I will advise you now, 5 days before your assessment, you're most probably gonna fail. But if you sit down and watch all my videos, read my posts, take notes, practice and prepare yourself, this is how you're gonna make it. At the end of the day, to everyone that is watching and it's on my social media platforms, I keep on sharing, it's a self-learning platform. I cannot coach you. Let's say I want to coach you, 62 of you today. How will I coach 62 people? How will I divide you? I'm supposed to eat, I'm supposed to go to work, I earn money. I keep on stating from the very beginning, I don't want to earn from you. If you want me to earn from you, no problem, I'll put my price. But my price is going to be maybe 5 times bigger than the others. So please, you have a finger, don't grab the hand. Be kind. Ma'am, you take on the possibility of assessment across the globe. New variant. Thank you in advance. Again, we have the same question. Okay. Good afternoon. Hope you're fine. I have a query being a varicole allowed in men. We already spoke about this, I think. Good afternoon. Hope you're fine. I have a query being varicole allowed in men. Again, I spoke about this. Will Q&A reject because of braces? We already talked about this. Okay, let's go with a new. There are 5 people keep on asking the same question over and over again. Do you have any updates regarding the rejoining cabin crew? Yes, few of them just touched down in Doha a few days ago. Good afternoon, hope you're fine. Ma'am, I have a query, is varicole allowed in men? Okay. I have a small birthmark on my forehead. It's very small, but it's visible. Will they reject me? Very individual. I can't judge this. Hi dear, for the online interview, my questions are about alcohol. I could not answer, but I said I can. So your questions are about alcohol. What is it about alcohol? How many percentage of alcohol is there in a vodka? And what did you answer? A bit hard to understand this. Ma'am, I'm referring to Cabin Crew Institute. Okay, just put the Cabin Crew Institute on your resume, please. I really love the way you give answers. Sweet. I'm trying my best. You cannot believe it. We still have the same question because he wants to know if varicose is still allowed for men. It's like you're having a cancer and you want to go and do an X-ray. You need more radiation. No. If you have a condition, that condition should be treated. If you have a condition, that condition should not be worsened. If you have a varicose and you want to go and work in a job where you have to be on feet for 24 hours a day, it's suicidal. And you're not supposed to be doing that to yourself. I don't know which words to choose to explain to you anymore. I'm so sorry, you know. What do you want to become a cabin crew? How to answer? You mean, why do you want to become a cabin crew? There is a video on my YouTube channel. You may check it. Thank you so much for helping. Pleasure is all mine. What is more important, people, ideas, or items? How to answer that? There is a video on my YouTube channel, and you may check it over there. Hi, Julie. I hope you're well. In your opinion, new wave of COVID can affect the hiring process? Definitely, yes. Guys, we still have the gentleman asking if varicose is allowed in men. Can we all tell him, is it allowed in men or no? Yes. Let's go. May I assume that some questions should have deleted to avoid repeating? Definitely, I'm deleting. I am. Some guidance on steps of British Airways Bombay cabin crew interview, both online and face-to-face. All on my YouTube channel. And in fact, there is a, in my YouTube channel, in my Instagram account, there is a testimonial from someone who has become the cabin crew for British Airways for Bombay base long ago. So everything is applicable. Yeah. I have a bit lower BMI, but I'm healthy and strong enough. Will they reject me? No. If you're a bit low BMI, but you're still healthy, you look strong. So see, lower BMI can mean you look fit, glamorous, you look, like a model, or you look like somebody who hasn't eaten. So I cannot judge something I have not seen, but if you say that you look healthy and strong enough, then it should be fine. Good afternoon. Hope you're fine. Ma'am, I have acquiring. Being is varicose allowed in men? I swear I'm deleting the question. I swear, but it still keep on coming. I think it's pinned or something. Guys, kindly delete your questions to avoid repeating. Thank you, guys. I am deleting also, but they're still coming. Love your attitude about answering whole questions. Respect. I have not been challenged so much the way I am right now. You cannot believe it, but you know what? I'm loving it because this is how I'm developing new skills. Like I'm training my patience level. Yeah, it's nice. I have to say it. Hello, I'm a traditional questions learned by heart or answers true. Oh, hello, ma'am. Traditional questions learned by heart or answers true. When you are formulating, I'm going to stick to this question a bit because I want you guys to know something. When you're formulating an answer to a question, you're supposed to have a tactique, how you're going to formulate the question. You're supposed to have a certain technique, how you're going to answer the question, and a methodology, how you're going to do that. If you learn it by heart and speak about, let me give you an example. I am on my Instagram account and I will share with you the two ways how you are answering the question. And this includes important parameter over here. And the important parameters are your emotional intelligence, your attitude, your body language, with your eye contact, with everything. There was a candidate who asked me, how can I incorporate the term excellence in everything in an answer? So let's say you have learned this answer by heart that I'm saying, and I said that you're supposed to answer, and you learned it by heart, so you sound like this. Your airline is fantastic products, and my experience, knowledge, and vision and excellent service will deliver and get in touch with your customers in a way that will ensure their amazement and future loyalty to your brand. You learned it by heart, and you speak it like, in a one flow. You take you take a breath, and then by the end of the answer, you breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. And you'll be just next. You'll be rejected over here, and you most probably will think it's because of your scar on your forehead. And you will text me and say, I got rejected because of my scar. And I'll be like, yeah, right. On the other hand, if you read this answer, let's say, your airline has fantastic products, and my experience and knowledge vision for excellent customer service will deliver and get in touch with your customers in a way that will ensure their amazement and future loyalty to your brand. And let's say you answer in a way. I was customer with your airline, and I do know that you have fantastic products. And I do believe that with my experience, with my knowledge, with my vision, and with my excellent customer service skill, I will be able to deliver, and I will be able to get in touch with your customers in a way that is going to ensure that they are going to be amazed and they will be loyal to you in future, to you, to your airline, and to your brand. I do believe that this is going to be a very big reason why my excellent customer service skills are going to be a great asset to your cabin crew team members, and I do believe that together we are going to continue working to establish something called key long-term business success to your airline. This makes a whole difference. You are still using the aspects that I have called or I have written over here, but you're putting your words in it. You're talking with emotions. You're assuring the recruiters. You are making the recruiters to trust you. And you were on my Instagram account or you were not. I lately see that many of the cabin crew, aspiring cabin crew, are very lazy. They don't read. They want yes or no answer. That's it. But there is a post talking to you about rapport building. And there is a video. Empathy and rapport building is all about making people believe that they can count on you. If they teach you how to make a coffee, you need to make them trust you that you're going to make the best coffee. And by the time I'm speaking, there are new questions. So yeah, let's go for it. I got scar on my face. Can I be a cabin crew? I don't know. During assessment day, will they be asking me to remove our makeup or judge according to the products we used? Good question. They will not ask you to remove your makeup, but if you have a second day, they will ask you maybe on the second day, go without makeup. I believe when my open day was made, one day we went without makeup, and the second day they told us to go without makeup or with minimum makeup, something like that. But yes, it can happen. Good afternoon, hope you're fine. I have a query. Guys, he just texted once again about varicose, if they're allowed in men. Can we all take the time and tell to this gentleman that it is suicidal to become a cabin crew if you have a varicose, if you don't treat it? Any updates for Qatar Airways at Delhi interview? I don't have. These last 2 days, I was in a huge hotel and it was event just for 2 days. Can I add this in my CV? What were you doing in those 2 days there? I don't know what were you doing there, sorry. I just joined your live, don't know how much I missed. It's going to be saved and it's going to be on my YouTube channel, so you will be able to watch it. Okay, here is the question. Any updates for British Airways interview for Bombay and Delhi base? Aha! No, I don't have updates. If somebody has, maybe you guys can share. Good morning. Please, I wanted to ask if eCare Qatar Airways organized assessment days in Central Africa, and now we have the new Omicron variant for the COVID-19, and at this time they don't. I think. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. Can everyone applaud the superwoman for answering us this long? Guys, we are together 1 hour. Thank you very much for this. How to sound original while answering the questions? Emotional. And I think now when I have just given you this answer, and if you were not able to understand how to sound emotional or how to sound original when I give you this answer, then I don't know in which way I'm supposed to give you the answer. Honestly, I'm doing my very best to give you and to show you how, but it's up to you to understand it. My status is interview pending. It can be rejected or just have to wait for the invitation. I don't know. Ma'am, I have a lower BMI value, but I'm healthy and strong. We talked about this. I have a skirt. It's knee length. When I stand, when I sit, not so much. Can I be disqualified? No. If it's knee length, but I suggest to be below the knees. This is how our cabin crew uniform is. 2 inches below our knees. If it's not too much for you to invest in such a skirt, it will be better. Ma'am, will they select me if I'm underweight? Are you underweight and looking like a model, or you are underweight and looking like you need food? I don't know. How would you cope with being away from your family and friends? We already spoke about this. Ma'am, will they select me if I'm underweight? We spoke about this. I'm deleting, but still they're coming. Do's and don'ts for an assessment day. Good. There is a video on my YouTube channel, which is called What are the things that you're supposed to do? What are the things that you're not supposed to do? And you have it all well elaborated. Guys, Subhojit is here again, and he has a different introduction. He says, hello, ma'am. My name is Subhojit. Hope you're fine. Ma'am, I have a query being very cool aloud. I find this very cute. I find this outstanding, and I find this amazing. Subhojit, you are wonderful. This is all I can tell you. I had to send my full-length photo, and I couldn't find skirt easily. I wore denim skirt. That is not okay. Denim skirt, no. It's heard that Qatar Airways is very strict. This is the reason why cabin crew resign. No, guys, I have a video on my channel which is called How Bad It Was to Work for Qatar Airways. Do not take this life into that direction, please. Please, if you don't mind. Yes, this guy is hilarious. Let me read a bit the comments, guys. No more questions. Do not ask any more questions. Hello, do you have any updates regarding Emirates recruitment in Portugal or Europe? Unfortunately, I don't. You got end of service also. Yes, I did. I got end of service 15,000 euros. You're such an amazing and inspiring person. I learned so much from you. Thank you. I'm learning so much from you all, guys. It's just amazing. I have realized that in 1 hour I have not taken a sip of water. Yeah. Do we have any more questions? I can see over here too. Really appreciate your patience level. Thank you. Thank you for testing me properly. It was the reception welcoming candidates, helping check their documents. Aha! Okay. Do you have a reference for that? If you have a reference, it was just 2 days. No, it's not your work. You're not supposed to. If you were participating in an event, you were part of an, I don't know, safety aviation summit also, you can, but just like you were 2 days standing and welcoming, no need to put it. Can I be a flight attendant if I try? Can I be a doctor if I try? I have to answer with a question. Been here from the beginning in this live, Juliana. You are really amazing. Thank you, Juliana, so much. Patience level 100. Thank you so much. I took this screenshot because I think we're supposed to, at least appreciate. Okay, cool. I wanted to have this. 10 years, watch her videos on YouTube. Ma'am, I love you. You're just amazing. I think you all are amazing. Can we wear leather skirt? And take this, the stick. Leather skirt and stick. No. However, should I not do that? They must display professionalism, even in questions. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Love to India as well. When you enter the flight, what is the first procedure you have to do as cabin crew? Remove your dining jacket and your shoes, store them in a proper place, and also store your luggage in a designated area according to your cabin crew work position. Yes. Can we? For those of us who have gotten close to getting selected, what could you say to us to keep us motivated, to keep us going? Very good question. And let's stick to this question for some time, please. And let me hydrate myself with a coffee, please, if you don't mind. There are many of you that have come to the final interview stage and still eagerly waiting when you're going to join the airline. I totally understand you. I totally feel how you're doing, how you're feeling. And, you know, at the point in time, you're motivated. You feel so motivated and you're like, yeah, when it comes, I'm ready. I'm ready. But at the time, it's so discouraging and you know, like you're losing it. And when those time comes, and those times are coming very, very frequently, one thing you're supposed to know is that you should never lose hope. Whether Qatar Airways is going to call you to fly or you will apply for any other airline, remember, you reached to that final interview not because you were lucky, because you deserved it. And if you were able to reach to the final interview with Qatar Airways, with Emirates Airlines, with Etihad, with Fly Dubai, with whatever airline, you can work in any customer service industry field where you want at this moment. It is of utmost importance that you make yourself busy, working, learning, studying, growing, whatsoever. It is of utmost importance that you do not sit and only wait on your telephone. There are a couple of applications that I have submit, and I'm waiting and I'm checking. And the first thing I do every morning, I'm waking up, I'm checking my email, and I'm checking my application status. And I'm done for today. Or maybe I will check at the later today. And I'm done. My day is not only checking application statuses. My day is with social media content creating. My day is with interaction with the candidates. I'm, of course, taking care of my family. I'm cooking. I'm studying. You know, I'm working as well. What else? I don't know. My husband keeps on joking with me and telling me now, what else you have discovered for yourself? Where else you want to travel and go for, I don't know, symposium, for summit, or I have classes and things like that. So I try to keep myself busy because if I'm sitting down and thinking about my applications, I'll just go crazy. At this moment, things are not happening, not because they have something against you, Eva. You are for sure a wonderful person, just like every of these 50 people watching this live session now. You're all wonderful. And I really don't like when I'm reading, when candidates are saying, oh, I'm not so beautiful, I'm lacking confidence. No, you are very beautiful. If you send me a picture of yourself, I'll be able to tell you at least 3 things that are so beautiful on you. But you don't see yourself the way I see you. Or I don't see myself the way you see me. I see myself very beautiful today, sorry. I'll be like, oh, my lips are so beautiful. I love my nose. And people will be like, yeah, you're like a plastic doll. You have 2 big lips. Your nose is plastic. You're very plastic and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. But to me, I'm very beautiful. And on the other hand, you have people that they think that they're not beautiful, but they're very beautiful. We all have different perception of beauty. You know what I mean? So find that thing that is going to keep you busy. Never lose the motivation. Because if you could make it there, you can make it anywhere. Be careful, don't fly, up the sky because you are now very good. You always have to remain down to earth. No matter which achievements you have in life, PhD, I don't know, doctor's degree, whatsoever, you always have to stay that humble person who's able to communicate with everyone at any point in time. I'm not saying that when things are not right, you're not supposed to be raising your voice. You should, but at least stay in the stage that you know that you could make it to the final interview and you can go beyond that. I hope I was clear a bit. Is it necessary to wear skirt for photographs? Are formal trousers okay? You have a full post on this, which you keep on sitting and asking questions, and I think you've never read my posts, which is, I feel sorry for you, not for me. Because I'm studying at the aviation school and the school sent a few of us to give help. Okay, you're studying in aviation school and that was an activity. I don't know what to say, honestly. You were 2 days greeting customers there. I don't know why you're supposed to put that in your CV, but if you want to put it, because you've studied in an aviation school, that's already very strong enough. That's the thing. Can we wear leather skirt? Delete. I want some tips to crack cabin crew interview. Will you help me? Yes. It's called Ex-Crew Next Crew by Julia George Bio. Oh, we are 5'11". Okay. Underweight, we talked about this. Okay. Let me go to the comments now. Maybe it's better. There's one. I have 1 meter stitches scar due to my fracture surgery. I'm so sorry to read this. Do you think that would obstruct my entry in the airline? The scar comes under the uniform. If it's under the uniform, it's totally okay. I hope you're well. I hope that something like this never gonna happen to anyone. If it's under the uniform, it's totally okay. Your camera is shaking. Yes, because I'm talking and this stick where my camera is standing is moving a bit. That's why it feels like it's shaking. I went to the assessment day for Qatar Airways, but I didn't finish the English test because my hands were shaking and I had 30 minutes and I only missed 2 questions, so I didn't go through the next stage. So you were your worst enemy on that open day assessment day and that final interview, basically. There is a video on my channel called How to Control Nervousness, Julia George. Just check it out and maybe you'll find some inspiration. Thanks so much. Pleasure. We have a new question which says, what to wear in formals and informal photographs. And I think that this is very much elaborated on my channel. If you have photo requirements for Qatar Airways, just check it and you'll see yourself how to. From which airline are you? I am from Wildau Institute of Applied Science, from Aviation Management, and I previously worked for Qatar Airways. Before we end the session, here is wishing to you Merry Christmas in advance. Thank you for all you love and support. This is very nice, actually. Merry Christmas to everyone who's celebrating, and even for those that are not celebrating, still be blessed in everything that you do. New Year is something that we all, as humans from all over the world, are getting united in. It's a feeling that I think that no matter which religion we're coming from, we're all excited because we all don't know what's 2022 gonna come. 2022, I just want to end this live with a small speech and dedicate it to 2022. In 2022, we're going to have the World Cup happening in Qatar. We are all expecting, as an aspiring cabin crew, that the industry is going to be blooming in terms of recruitments, in terms of getting the passenger numbers up, because the recruitments can happen only if the passengers numbers are going up. End of November, beginning of December is the time when every airline allows the passengers to book their tickets 1 year in advance. So I think that they are having their good amount of bookings happening at this moment, because next year, end of November or in November, is going to be the World Cup happening in Qatar. I don't want to underestimate Emirates, Etihad, Fly Dubai, Air Arabia, Kuwait Airways, Saudi Arabia. They're all great airlines, and they're all airlines you should start from. Maybe your dream today or at this time is to be cabin crew for Qatar Airways. But if you are not able to make it for Qatar Airways, do not limit yourself only to EK, only to Qatar Airways, only to Fly Dubai. Keep sending your CV to every airline. Keep updating your CV. Work on your skills, guys. Do not just sit and send applications. You have to be working and growing every single day. Do I need to use fancy words in the interview? I'm not good in that. Is it okay to simple words? No, it's not about fancy words. Vocabulary, it's not a fancy words. Vocabulary means you know what to speak. You can't be speaking, yes, okay, no, thank you, bye. Okay, thank you very much. Oh, okay. Okay, thanks. I'll take that into consideration. I'm really thankful for your feedback. It's not a fancy word. It's a vocabulary. And if you're not good at the vocabulary, you have to do something about it, which means read more in English, build your vocabulary. I was not born, and 45 of you are not born speaking. We are born just like my daughter with this ability to speak. We've learned how to speak throughout entire life. We are gaining our set of skills as we grow. We are gaining and straightening our skills as we work. And it is of utmost importance that at this time you're not sitting only watching live sessions every single day, but you are actually studying, learning, working. You should be aiming for knowledge. Stay healthy, happy, knowledgeable, and strong. The 4 components which are very important for your entire life, not for me, not for Qatar Airways, not for Emirates, and this Sujihad, whatsoever his name was, he wants to be a cabin crew with varicoses. Do not do things that are harming your body rather than do things which your body can manage. It's so important. I have watched all of your YouTube videos on YouTube. There is one thing I talk about, the difference between CV and resume on my assessment day. Okay. Please continue with your comment. Yes, I am the only one on social media that have told you that CV and resume are not the same. That, always you should be aiming for CV, not a resume. For the simple reason, curriculum vitae contains more information and the airlines want to know more about you. I'm Iranian cabin crew. I love and proud of you. I'm so proud of you as well. And also lots of love to you too. If Rangel can continue with I'm waiting for the documents email for the customer service agent. I'm afraid the new mutation of the virus will be cause to stop recruiting. I honestly think, do you want me to share my opinion about the new virus, about the new mutation? Because if you want, I can share it with you all regarding, maybe you can tell me, do you want to know more about the new mutation? You're doing a great job, thank you. Yes, okay, so let me speak about the new mutation. I don't think that we're gonna be locked down everywhere, just the way we were previously. We had COVID and we have the virus. I will tell you now from all the things I've learned during participation in these events, conferences, it's everywhere we talk about COVID and the aviation industry. The industry has learned to adapt to the COVID like never before. The industry, if you know, for instance, some of you might know this, but many of the infrastructure, terminals, airports have been converted to many things just to make a revenue and just to make use of it. For instance, there are some airports in Europe which are being used by the parliament, by the governments. I think it was in UK, if I'm not mistaken, that they have used an airport infrastructure for meetings because there are no passengers there, or the passengers are redirected and so on and so forth. In Singapore, I don't know if you know, but Singapore Airlines cabin crew were not laid off. Many Singapore Airlines cabin crew were leased to the hospital so they can help. They were nurse assistant, just like I work as a nurse assistant, because the industry has tailored towards the COVID. This new mutation comes, but what's important for you to know is that the industry knows how to manage it by now. They have learned how to manage the peaks because, the passenger number did not went up to 100. Maybe in India it went over 100% as the pre-pandemic levels, but in Europe still have not reached the 100%. But what we have learned is that, what we have seen is that the industry has tailored so much and has adopted so much that now this new mutation, it's all matter of vaccination and research. In the medical industry, the biologists, the pharmacologists, the doctors out there, they're doing researches on daily basis related to COVID-19 to know which of the vaccine is the best one, so we're going to produce it in order to be more effective. And by now, it has been shown that 80% of the people who are hospitalized now with this new mutation or so are actually the ones who have not been vaccinated. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't want to sound like I'm sharing with you false information, but somehow the vaccine has effect. And now it's a problem, and it's a matter of people who are not willing to take the vaccine, actually. And I don't want to go into the discussion, is the vaccine going to be chipping us, and this theory and that theory. I respect each and every opinion, but also one thing that is clear for everyone is that there is a pandemic and there is a virus and we have to do something about it. And if it says that we're supposed to take the vaccine, then to ease the symptoms, then we're supposed to do that. And I think that this winter, it's going to be a bit unstable with this new variant, with this new deadly, very, very deadly variant of the COVID-19. But I think that the humanity and the industry is going to be able to manage it. So I don't think that it's going to affect it so much. It's going to postpone the assessment days, but I don't think it's going to cancel the assessment days. I don't think that there will be no assessment days in 2022 because of the new variant. And I do believe that everyone who reached the final interview and is waiting to join the airline, somewhere by March or April are going to join the airline and they will sign the contracts. And if that happens, then I can really see the future. No, I'm not saying things that I have not analyzed and evaluated. I'm saying things that are based on my knowledge and my experience. I do believe that this time, as I said, this instability is just to find the right approach, and the entire humanity and the societies where we live, they are finding the approach in different manners, either with closing of the borders, with a complete lockdown, with a bit of more influencing the vaccine and, booster, asking people to take the third dose, to actually, everyone is actually, or what I'm trying to say is that every government and every part of the world is doing their very best to manage this. And guys, also one thing I want to share with all of you, maybe some of you are against vaccines, but I will tell you what my husband shared with me a few days ago. And I think that it makes sense. And he said, everyone thinks that the vaccine is bad, that it's going to harm our health. It's theory for this, and you'll be sick and you'll die. But actually, governments don't want to have their nationality being sick. If they're giving us vaccines that are making us sick and it's going to increase, cancer level or whatsoever, we're going to become a mass of nationality or mass of people that will live in a country not being able to work and not being able to perform tasks. So that country, the very same moment that country becomes it's not developing, because people are sick, people cannot go to work, because who's driving the country? Who's filling the budget of the country? The resources, but who's working on the resources? It's us, the people. It's you working for cabin crew, it's the pilots, it's the engineers, it's the doctors. If the guys or us who are taking the vaccines are becoming sick, who's going to drive the economy? So he said, I don't think, this is what my husband said, he said, I don't think this vaccine is as bad as they say. Because no country would give such a harmful thing to its nationality, to its people living different nationalities, what I'm trying to say. It's not going to do that because they want the people to be healthy, to be able to work. And I don't know if this makes sense to you. If it doesn't make sense to you, you may share your opinion. But when he said this to me, it made total sense to me. I'm like, yeah, this makes sense. That we're actually getting something to protect ourselves. And if they want to make us sick, then it means we're all sick and nobody will be able to go to work. And tomorrow you cannot close your borders and your country will not be able to, function. People not being able to go to work. The side effects are there for every vaccine. We all know that. Even for this one as well. And there are two questions. I'll just read them. Yes, I'm studying everything that is related to the aviation. Do you think it's good enough for CV? It's not about studying how to perform a surgery. It's actually knowing how to do the surgery. It's not about you studying about aviation. It's actually knowing and understanding how to speak aviation. And definitely you may put it in your CV. Will Mula be a problem on the face? I have to see this first. I don't know. Hello, flight attendant. Hello. Do we have some questions, guys? Any thoughts before I shut down the live session? And some of the questions, I don't understand why every wave comes with almost New Year. I also don't understand that. As I said, it's not the field of expertise. How are you? I think that by now 55 people, they know I'm very tired, but I'm okay. I cannot complain. I had an amazing live session. I have to tell you. This live is going to be saved and I will upload it on my YouTube channel, if I'm not mistaken, yeah. And I wanted to stay there because there were so many valuable things that are discussed over here in this live session. We also spoke about how you're supposed to answer a question. I've given you a live answer of how you're not supposed to and how you're supposed to, a little role play. If your CV has not been accepted, what will have in our status? We decided that we're not going to talk about status, but most probably will be written rejected. Fine, ma'am. Thanks for coming live. Pleasure. I don't do it regularly as I used to due to lack of time, but I'm so happy that I was with you today. Most probably rejected, as I have said. We had almost 2 years. What is the best thing to ask a recruiter? Something that will make them remember you. Career opportunities, career growth opportunities within the airline. I will share with you one story, and I will end this live session with this story. How rapport building is important when you meet rude people. I don't know if you know, but you can build a rapport building with even the rudest person you met. So I was flying with this CSD. She was the cabin service director. I was F2. She's very famous in Qatar Airways, like very famous that she doesn't like the crew. She would pick up 5-6 people and she's gonna, give them hard time and all these things. And you will see many people that, they are already having their mindset that they're going to fly with the worst CSD and, it's going to be the worst time of their life. And with this mindset, they most probably going to have the same experience, and they do. But whenever I was flying with this very famous people, checkers, CSDs, my mindset was the following. I'm going to do everything that it takes to make this person like me. I will prove them that they are wrong. And I want to say sorry because I'm not able to read now your comments because I'm explaining a situation. If time permits, I'll come back to this. So I was like, I'll do everything that it takes for this person to like me because I'm going to prove that this person is wrong. I will tell her that she has no reason to hate me. The totally opposite, she has a huge reason to like me because I'm going to prove her wrong. This was my mindset literally with everyone. And this is actually what I have observed with the cabin crew candidates. You guys go for open day, assessment day, final interview, you see the recruiters being upset and you do nothing to make them like you. It's part of their role play, by the way, because on board the aircraft, you will have a lot of, you will see the recruiter standing and being very rude like this and looking at you. The way you react to rudeness is their trigger how you are going to be in future. Because remember, the situations that are happening on board the aircraft, the complaints, the cabin crew conflicts, they are the ones that are producing the cabin crew interview questions. And it has been showed throughout many recruitment processes or throughout the different recruitment processes for the airlines that the role play is the most effective way for them to know what kind of personality you have. If they come rude to you, and if you have the mindset like me, and you say, I will prove everything that this person is wrong. She has no reason to hate me. She has no reason to be rude to me. So I sat down, I still remember she was writing her documents, extremely like you can see that the fire of rudeness is coming from her ears. But she was genuinely very rude person. And don't ask me how she became a cabin crew. She was there for a very long time and all these things. And we're not going to discuss her personality. But it was very long ago. The new airport was not built. So, I was, as she sat down, no, she was sitting down and her button was tied. 2 buttons were tied on her jacket. And as she moved, the button got ripped and flew away. My instant reaction was I stood up, I took the button and I told her, will you allow me to sew your button on your jacket? She looked at me for 10 seconds, I think, and she was like, no, like, I told her, no, I have a sewing kit in my bag. By the time you're finishing with your paperwork, we still have time. It's just going to take 2 minutes, I told her. And by the time I was talking to her this, I took out the sewing kit from my bag because every cabin crew has a sewing kit in her bag because of the buttons that are often coming out, or you have these pins or whatsoever. And I already hold the button in my hand and I had a sewing kit. And she had no option, but she removed her jacket and gave it to me. And by the time she was done with her paperwork, I sew her button. I re-sew the other button. There were 2 buttons on the cabin crew jacket, and I made them very, very good. I gave it to her. And she was the most wonderful cabin service director. On the flight going, coming back, it was just a pleasant work experience for everyone. She was not the person we all knew. So with having this thing set, when you will see the recruiters being rude to you, they're doing it to know how you are going to react when people are rude to you. When passengers are coming to you on board the aircraft, you cannot stop smiling. You cannot stop welcoming them on board, and you cannot take the guard thing. They're rude to me. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm standing here. I don't care. You have to listen to me. This is not the attitude you're supposed to be having when you are on board the aircraft. And this is why when you see the recruiters being rude to you, do everything in your power to prove them that they should be nice to you. Find a way to build that rapport with them. I'm not saying looking for the button to open and take a sewing kit and sew their button. But maybe their pen will fall on the floor. Maybe a paper will fall on the floor. Maybe they want to lighten up the light in the room. Maybe they'll have problems with switching on the computer. There will be many situations when you will be able to observe that they need some help. Do not be afraid to step forward and offer that help, because not everyone is going to be able to be confident to do that. But if you have the guts to stand, go and see, is everything okay? Do you need some help with your computer? I can reset it if you want to, or I can switch on the light. Often it happens that it's not so light or it's not so bright in the room. Stand up and say, let's put the lights on better. Be that outspoken person who's going to offer a solution for problems, because they will be having a problem. And the person who's going to check and see what's happening around is the one who can go through that open day, assessment day, final interview with even wearing a denim skirt. Okay? But it doesn't mean that you're supposed to wear a denim skirt. You're not supposed to be wearing the denim skirt, but I'm saying how you're supposed to act when people are rude to you. They would still be needing your help, and this is more likely happening on board the aircraft. And remember, when you go for that open day, assessment day, and final interview, you are a cabin crew, and the recruiters are your passengers. Just you are in another environment, which is conference room, not an aircraft, but feel free to act as you are in an aircraft. I learned so many things that I didn't know about. Thank you so much, ma'am, for the effort and spending your valuable time for us. Pleasure is all mine. And if this has been a great learning experience, it's my greatest pleasure. My assessment day for Qatar Airways is on the 12th of December, and I'm learning everything about the interview process through your videos, whether I passed the interview or not. I'm so thankful to you. I'm thankful to you as well. You guys, like from the beginning, now we were 100, now we're over 50. This shows that you're highly engaged with Excru. Yeah. What else I have not covered? If you still have any questions, there are 2 questions here. What to wear formal? Some of the questions are still repeating. For those who don't have any experience, only 1 month of training in the airport and aviation diploma. Yes, good question. For those that do not have a work experience, you can always give an answer to the questions from your customer service point of view or a customer point of view. Let's say you're sitting in a restaurant and you have observed that the waiter did not smile, did not greet you, just came and threw the menu to you. This shows that you have customer service skills, although you have not worked in the customer service industry, but you know that you're supposed to smile, be pleasant, be nice, even though it's a stressful situation. There are so many people in the restaurant. This is how you're supposed to give examples when you go for that open day assessment and that final interview. You're able to see what are the things that customer service representatives are lacking because you have the knowledge, the theoretical knowledge, but you understand it very well thanks to your transferable skills. Remember, you also have something called transferable skills. And guys, I know one time I've read on the internet that you're not supposed to be having leadership skills, but yes, you're supposed to have a leadership skills because leadership skills at the end of the day, if you don't have it, it's not a problem. Don't worry. But if you have the leadership skills, These are part of your transferable skills, and they are the ones who are going to help you to become a cabin crew, even you do not have a work experience. You know what I mean? The transferable skills is a topic which Nidhi has covered up very well in some of her YouTube videos. In fact, if you go on YouTube and just write transferable skills, just a second, transferable skills, Nidhi Belani, and here, it's 5 months ago, the video. It's called Tips to Develop Skills Your Future Employers Are Looking For. And in this video, you are going to be able to look, and I think my example is there in this video, if I'm not mistaken. But it's a very valuable video in which she speaks about the transferable skills. You don't have to have a customer service experience to, to answer the questions brilliantly. Great lessons, dear precious coach. Konstantinos, pleasure is all mine. By the way, I don't know if you know, guys, but Konstantinos is a gentleman who completed or is about to complete his PhD. Also, I am interacting very often with a gentleman from France, which also is completing his PhD. And they are level above intellectually more than me, because I'm still doing my master's. So until I learn or I become a PhD student, because to become a PhD student you have to first be accepted, and Konstantinos knows very well that not every professor would want to take you as a PhD student, because you also have to have that idea of what you want to research, and are you going to convince the professor to, that your topic is the one who's going to change the world, because PhD is all about making the world a better place in a particular topic, or finding out things that are contributing towards the society in different manners, whether it's going to be in medicine or in politics, or I don't know, in the cabin crew job. I really want to make a PhD in the cabin crew job, in the recruitment, in the HR, but still I'm at the time when I want to formulate what's going to be my master thesis about. I have an idea, but I'm still finding a way. And maybe Konstantinos, not maybe, but for surely Konstantinos or the other gentleman from France, which I'm interacting, they're both PhD students, if not completed yet. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they will be someone I'm going to be referring, or I'm going to be seeking for advices, because, as I said, maybe I have more work experience, but in an intellectual sense of the word, they are above me. So some things we have to be able to recognize, admit, clap hands. I'm never hesitant to clap hands to other people's success, because if I strive for something, then I have to give importance to the things that is already here. I don't know. This is just my philosophy. Merry Christmas to you and your loved ones. Vielen Dank. All the best to you in 2020. Vielen Dank Ihnen auch. Oder dir auch. I want to see if there's any last comments. I have experience in aviation, but most likely as back office operation stuff, which is wow, okay? It's not a back office thing, at the back, everything is happening, so that's a wow thing. How can I show in my interview that even though I have not been facing customers, I still have good skills? Transferable skills future employments are looking for. Just go on YouTube and write transferable skills Nidhi Belani. You have them. And I think that with you working in operations, it's already something really wow for your CV. Maybe no, ma'am, how do you handle disturbed passengers on board? Yes, you may know if you go on my YouTube channel and check the video, because I have a full video explaining the topic. L-A-D, Lele. Okay. 2. What is Piyush Pandit saying? I don't know. You're so nice. Thank you. You guys are also. How to answer questions? How will you handle a conflict between your colleagues? That is a great question. There is a special technique when there is a conflict between two cabin crew, and this technique is something that the supervisors are trained, and usually goes like you're sitting down with the crew that are having conflicts together, and it's called debriefing. And in that debriefing, you ask the first crew to tell you, and you ask them first, when one speaks, they should not be interfering each other. So one starts speaking and has to explain the situation. The other one, if starts interrupting, you're gonna say, hold on. You're a mediator, actually. You say, hold on. You hear the one story, then you hear the other story. The other one has to keep quiet, and then you have to ask the first person to repeat what the other person has said, and then the other person to repeat what the other person has said. And hopefully when in this long talk of whatever happens, they will find a solution to overcome the problem. If they don't come with a solution, both sides have to come with a solution. One should supposed to share an idea to solve the problem. The other one also should share an idea to solve the problem. If they're not able to share any ideas to solve the problem, you are sharing your idea to solve the problem. But when there is a conflict like this between two cabin crew, between colleagues, you have to document that. It's going to go into their files. And I think that if you just keep on avoiding this conflict thing from your mindset and transfer it into solution-driven situations, because obviously there is a problem, but if you're solution-driven and you are helping others-driven, you're never going to fall into this conflict scenario, because if it goes into your file, then it's going to be affecting your promotion. And yes, you don't want that. Why would you want to learn about conflict between colleagues before learning about transferable skills? Interesting. Thank you for your words. It means a lot to me, really. Pleasure is all mine. Are you appearing for the assessment day on the 11th of December? Anyone? Okay. Hello, Julia. I hope you and your family are doing good. Just wanted to know if the flight will again get closed for new variant. Already spoke about this. Maybe you can watch the video on my YouTube channel. Thank you. Welcome back. Okay, conclusion. Yeah, conclusion took 1 more hour. Do you have any idea for the candidates who already got selected in 2020 and didn't get a call after that? Most probably you'll have to reapply if you have not gotten a call. I would like to know what are the updates on QR recruitment process on the assessment day regarding group activities. Oh, I don't know. Regarding group activities? No idea. I'm so sorry. What to wear in formal and informal photographs. Okay, we talked about this. Ma'am, I'm a teacher. How can I put my skills in the answer? And I want to convince the recruiters. Yeah, sit down and write your skills as a teacher. And on the other hand, write the skills that are needed to become a cabin crew, and then try to tell your skills to sound like you are someone who knows what the cabin crew job is all about. Ma'am, can you please elaborate on the SCAR requirements? Yes, I did elaborate on the SCAR requirements. It's called The Truth About SCARs. It's on my YouTube channel and you might want to see it. Do you have any idea for the candidates who already get selected in 2020? I don't, unfortunately. Guys, it's 12:12 and we're coming close to the 2 hours of live session. There are massive amount of questions that being answered. What do you think if the recruiter asks us, show us your smile? You're supposed to smile. They're not supposed to ask you, show us your smile. If they ask you, show us your smile, that's not good because you were not smiling. How, ma'am, my interview is pending. I don't have any message. Okay, stand by, please. Hello, may you please help? What exactly is expected when they say comments in the Sonro interview? Yes, I have spoken about it on my YouTube channel in a video. I'll tell you exactly in which video. If you go on my YouTube channel, you will learn. And I think, guys, that you're supposed to, or we're supposed to be finished because I've been talking over 2 hours over here. So, yeah. Excellent customer service skills, your biggest accomplishments, what motivates you. It's called New Cabin Crew Interview Questions video. In that New Cabin Crew Interview Questions video, you have the answer to that question. Ma'am, I want to develop personal grooming. How can I? By well grooming yourself every day. Yes, my camera is shaking. I'm also shaking. Guys, with having all these things said, thank you very much for patiently staying until the end of this live session. It's been 2 hours. Whoever is watching this on YouTube, you guys are awesome if you have stayed it until the last minute. If you have stayed it until the last minute of this live session, then just write it in a comment, please. I crushed the last minute. It's gonna be awesome. Julia, hats off for all your efforts. It really means a lot. You're amazing. Thanks, Habibti. Bless you. Shukran Jazira. Bless you all. And I'm waiting for your success stories. No, I wasn't asking that. I was asking if we put in our CV that in my previous organization, I was awarded for my smile. Aha! Oh yes, if you have an award for your smile, then if you had an award for your smile in your previous organization, the recruiters will see that for sure. But yeah, definitely. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your efforts. I crushed the last minute. If you watch it once again, thank you, Julia. You've given me so much strength from your answer to my question and motivation. And my nose got blocked. I'm so sorry. Thanks for the time. Have a great day. Thank you so much. God bless you. Stay blessed. You're amazing. I think you all guys are amazing. And I wouldn't be able to crash 2 hours of live session if it wasn't you. I cannot sit down and answer questions to myself. You've made this live session very interactive. At a point, I felt pressure. I've also shared in this live session how I'm handling the pressure. And I think that with my example, I have given to you ideas how things supposed to stay blessed in the new 2022. We're going to be together. I'm going to keep on sharing posts with all of you on my platforms. On Xcrew, mainly on Instagram, you're going to be seeing posts. They're all driven by your questions in inbox. Keep sharing your questions. Do not ask me about your status application, please, because status application is something that keeps on changing. What's the meaning? We don't care. We only care about not receiving rejection. If we receive rejection, the first thing we care about, yes, it's going to be the live session on YouTube. If we be rejected, we have to sit down and do lessons learned. And on my Instagram account, you have a post which is called, have you failed your cabin crew recruitment process and what are your lessons learned and how to improve? You have to know, read Xcrew and Xcrew. There are things that are there for you. And I don't create it because I'm not showing on Xcrew and Xcrew my lifestyle. On Xcrew and Xcrew is your visa for your cabin crew job. Bye-bye and have a nice day.